Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Again, I do apologize for my voice today. I am still getting over being sick here. It's been a rough couple of days for sure, but we're getting back to it. I apologize if I do sound weird though throughout this video. Not my normal self quite yet, but regardless, today we actually finally got a new update in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. It's been quite some time since we've had any kind of update in game. Obviously all the devs were on break for the holidays and for New Year's, so they are now coming back into the office. It seems like they're doing a little bit more every single day, hopefully getting back to where we have these frequent updates happening multiple times a week in terms of stability, actual content stuff, some surprise things here and there. Regardless, today's is nothing too major. It is the first official update of 2023 and the first update post break, but we do have some new changes between MW2 and Warzone 2 as well. Also, we've got to talk more on this whole Shadowban thing going on in Warzone 2, because it seems like as of the past couple of days since we last talked about it, it's somehow gotten even more ridiculous. Like, I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll talk more on that here at the end. But our update sort of patch notes for today, they're not really that, but that's how we got our update information today, is stemming from Twitter, from Infinity Ward and Raven. We'll start first with the MW2 stuff because we do have sort of a surprise thing here. We also have a bit of a surprise for Warzone as well, but that's more fixing stuff. We'll get to that in a minute. But Infinity Ward did post a brand new tweet saying this week in Modern Warfare 2, the new bounty mode is here. So in this one, you take down the high value targets. It's basically TDM, but it's also like there's certain, bounties like from Warzone on players in this mode. So it's sort of a twist on that. Could be fun if you want to try it out. That is now live. It seems like every week they're kind of debuting new modes at random. Of course, if we look at like the roadmap and everything, there are no listed modes for this season, although we've had several new ones drop via the random weekly playlist updates from Infinity Ward the past couple of times they've actually posted about these. So bounty is the new mode as of today as well. Now, while that is all that Infinity Ward talks about in their actual tweet here for the new update today, it is January 4th, which if you recall, that means as of this update they went live, they introduced bounty into the game. This did actually remove the shipment map from multiplayer, so Christmas shipment is no longer live, but we still do have shipment as a standard 6v6 map available in game as well. So shipment is not going anywhere. If you are someone who's using that to level up weapons or grind camos, or if you're absolutely insane, go for all the weapon mastery stuff and just absolutely grind, that's going to be available still. Also, shoot house is still there in the normal map rotation as well. So small little content removal with this, so no more holiday shipments. I will say I like the lighting a lot, which is kind of a bummer that it's gone. But bounty is the main new mode for multiplayer. Then you got all the standard stuff still available to play there as well. We then shift over to the Warzone 2 sort of mini update today, and this again starts off with a playlist update. So for Battle Royale, we're looking at pretty standard stuff here. We've got solos, duos, trios, and quads just for core gameplay. So it's of course all the standard rule sets there. We now also have third-person Battle Royale duos. So the main change in the playlist this week is that they took third-person trios and changed it to third-person duos. So that's going to be available now for at least the next week. Presumably this time next week, we'll see another playlist update go live and add in something else. We also have Mini Royale trios still live as well, which I'm very glad to see. Mini Royale, honestly, a ton of fun in this mode and pretty good practice for Resurgence as well, which hopefully is coming up here in season 2. Then for DMZ, that also is trios, as we've talked about here on the channel previously already. DMZ is never going to change from trios. According to the devs, they were very adamant about keeping it with trios because all the future updates and expansions they have planned are based around squad gameplay. So trios is always going to be the thing there. Kind of weird that they continue to include that in like the playlist section and say it's trios live when that's all it's ever going to be. The important part of this tweet though actually comes at the very end, because today Raven did make a slight in-game update that is really good for trios. The loadout price in Battle Royale trios has been lowered to 24,000. Now, initially, this was how it was supposed to be. When they announced that loadouts were going to be purchasable in the buy stations, it was like, what, 8,000, 16,000, 24,000, 32,000, I think was the scale. However, for whatever reason, in trios and quads, loadout markers cost 32,000, which I still think is too much. I think in the future, they are going to lower that, just all around, because finding 32 racks is not that consistent, right? It's not that easy. Oftentimes you're just better off waiting for the second zone for the free loadouts to drop, because by the time you get $32,000, it's gonna be the second zone, right? So that price still very steep, but at least in trios it's no longer bugged and costs 32k instead of 24k, so that'll be a little bit more accessible there if you want to go through and actually buy a loadout drop out of the buy station. If you're looking to get that money fast, by the way, do the safecracker contracts. Also land on buildings that have cash registers, or hunt for those little radiation things, and like radiation caches, I think they're called. Those are placed all around the map. If you know the spawn points for those are good for cash, but yeah, still though, prices are pretty steep there. Now, as we move on into this whole Shadowban situation, just a reminder real quick, if you guys are new to the channel, every single day, this is your one-stop shop for all things going on in COD. News, updates, class setups, tips, you name it, it's all right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. Also, if you guys enjoy this video, let me know by dropping a like on it as well, would be seriously appreciated. Let's try and go for 2,000 likes on this one. Really appreciate all the support on the channel lately. And also thanks so much for all the love in the comments as well, ever since my voice started sounding like terrible in every single video. So seriously, I do appreciate you guys a ton. Anyways, we talked a few days back, of course, about the huge Shadowban issue. A lot of players are saying they're being unjustly shadow banned, and obviously there are players who are legitimately being shadow banned, claiming that they're being unjustly shadow banned because they don't know any better. You live a life of lies. But there is actually now an even more serious shadow ban issue that's come to light in the past 24 hours or so. It seems like players left, right, and center are being shadow banned out of Warzone for reaching 10 kills in a match, and it is happening like clockwork. I know today a bunch of different streamers that I'm watching on like a consistent basis are having issues with their accounts being shadow banned. I've seen tweets on tweets on tweets and comments and Reddit posts and AOL online messages and threads. The last one was a joke in case you didn't get that. Everyone's talking about how they're being shadow banned for just simply getting kills in Warzone, and it's like you get that 10th kill and then it boots you out. So there clearly is something wrong going on in game here. The problem is with shadow bans is that Call of Duty and Activision, they just don't talk about them. Occasionally they do like their whole Ricochet update blogs where they say, hey, we are making some new mitigations in game to troll the cheaters, or we've banned this many accounts or whatever, but they rarely ever talk about, hey, we're updating the Shadowban system to do this. Maybe that's why it's malfunctioning or stuff like that. Like they just don't go into detail on bans. Also, bans really aren't ever reversible, it seems like. Like there's just no communication when it comes to that stuff. You submit the appeals, you can check your account status or whatever, but that's as far as it goes. They don't go out of their way to ever talk about this stuff, which is really seriously unfortunate, especially in a situation like this where there clearly is something going on with the system. Maybe they're trying to adjust it so it's more accurate, and somebody slipped up and somebody put the wrong input in, because now it's like you're playing Warzone, and if you're doing well in game, it's going to kick you out of the server, and you're gonna be searching for a match for 250 ping on that Shadowban system for, you know, however long it takes to get past that, which is a huge problem because it's affecting a bunch of players. High skill, low skill, does not matter. It's a huge issue right now. So hopefully we do hear something about this, although I won't lie, I have zero expectations that they're going to talk about it, but we'll have to wait and see. All that being said though, that is what changed in the new surprise update for MW2 and Warzone 2. Also sort of something to look out for in game with the Shadowban problem right now. That's gonna wrap things up. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you guys are new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. That way you can always stay up to date with all things going on in COD. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL for a discount on all Scuff, Control Freak, G Fuel, and Gamer Advantage products, and the links for all those will be down in the description below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.